Go.
Okay, we're going to do a crimping demonstration today, and this is where we're going. It's a perfect cylindrical finished crimp that will hold your work together permanently forever. And we test it by doing this right here. Leave a nice big loop on our practice, hold it real tight, and pull like heck, and it's never coming out. The way we accomplish that is with the standard crimp tool, which this is a diagram of. This is the hinge right here, and this is what the jaws of the crimp tool look like. The only part of the tool that touches the crimp bead is here and here. We're going to take a cylinder tube made out of sterling silver. It looks like a Coke can, and the first part of the crimp is going to do this to it. It just folds it a little bit, makes what I call a little taco. We're using the best wire that we know of. It's Betsy beater wire. Here's our little sterling silver crimp tube. The preferred tubes are sterling silver, gold filled, or copper, not base metals. So you make your loop, you put your finding on, and you finish the loop in the crimp tube. And then you take your crimp tool, and I hold it this way so that it curves to my center. And we're going to put the crimp tube right in here, and we're going to compress it, and it's going to turn it from a cylinder into this shape right here. So inside of the tool, in the back part of the tool, and we center it to make sure it's in the tool left and right, and then you crimp it. And you can press as hard as you want. The tool automatically stops where it's supposed to, and you can see what happened there. It turned it into a little folded, like a taco. And from there, we're going to take it and put it into the front jaws. We turn it a quarter of a turn and put it in the front jaws. And most of us were taught at this point to compress it and you're finished. Well, the method that we've developed is a little different from that. We're going to compress, and then we're going to rotate it a little bit, and compress a little bit, and rotate the other way, and compress and rotate. And we're going to continue to compress and rotate until the crimp bead turns into a nice, small, permanent closure. Here we go. In the front part of this tool, and a little bit of a compression and a rotation, and compress and turn, compress and turn, compress and turn, compress and turn, compress and turn. We're just going to continue to do that. I'm turning the tool over because sometimes the tools are a little cut uneven, and this will obviate any flares. And compress and turn, compress and turn, compress and turn. It takes a little bit longer, but when you're finished, you have a result that not only looks good, but that will last you forever. And I think that's a good crimp right there. So we're going to test it. And the reason we left this loop this large is so that we could test it. I'm holding it here between my thumbnail and my finger. We put a nice smooth pin in there, and I'm pulling as hard as I can, and that baby is never coming out. That's a permanent, attractive, finished crimp. It doesn't need to be covered. You make crimps like that, your work stays together, your customers are happy. We're done.